Buonasera a tutti. Good evening and welcome to the Italian Radio Hour. Io sono Viviana and I would like to welcome back our regular listeners and also welcome any new listeners. Also, be sure to like us on Instagram and Facebook at the Italian Radio Hour and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch up on any past video interviews. Vorrei dare il benvenuto ai nostri ascoltatori da tutto il mondo. Grazie per essere con noi anche oggi mentre continuiamo il nostro viaggio per l'Italia e la cultura italiana. Well, today we're going to travel to a very special region of Italy, Basilicata. So for some reasons this summer, among all the many different travels, my path led me to explore Basilicata one more time after already a previous wonderful experience in that region. And while I was there, something in my memory from 2019 came back. And who remembers when Air B&B put out a call for people that were interested in spending, it was the Italian sabbatical, 3 months in the town of Grottole with Wonder Grottole. Were you one of those that actually sent in their application? I definitely was. So 280,000 applications later, the people were selected. But today we're going to actually explore Grottole because Wonder Grottole existed way before this initiative to indeed bring new life to this beautiful little town. And we'll have that conversation with Andrea Paoletti. And then we'll switch to Dan Kidson, originally from California, who is living the Italian dream. Ma prima, pubblicità. Parli italiano? Do you want to learn, improve, or master your Italian? Istituto Mondo Italiano can help. Located in the heart of Regent Square, Mondo Italiano offers small group classes and one-on-one private tutoring to help you learn Italian in no time. Visit us online at www.istitutomondoitaliano.org. Well, the wait is finally over. Benvenuti al programma Andrea e Dan. Buonasera a voi.
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
So I'm so excited. I'll tell you a little bit how I ended up again in Basilicata this summer. I was totally out of luck. I was at the end of my 2-month stay. I was spending time with family. And a dear friend of mine who I had never met before, but she was a guest on the program, Anita Aloisio. We talked about this book that she had written that was in English, Basilicata Secrets, a culinary diary, because her father is originally from Basilicata, put out a post that the book had been translated into Italian and she was going to do a book tour in Basilicata. And I said, Basilicata, maybe 4 hours from Rome? Let's do it. So I got in the car and I finally went and met Anita and many other people, the mayor and so forth. And people were asking me, are you from Lucania? I was like, no, I'm actually full-blooded Roman. And they was like, kind of, why are you interested? What's your connection? And I guess it was through all the people that I had met so far. We stayed in Tursi, so I got to see the Rabatana. And while I was there, this Grottole memory came back. And I got curious. And when I came back to Pittsburgh, I did a little bit of research. And I was able to get connected with Andrea Paoletti, who is one of the co-founders of Wonder Grottole, which is a local NGO. And I just got more curious and about how far that initiative had gone. So, Andrea, after my long spiel, I'm going to ask you to please tell us a little bit about yourself first. Where are you originally from? How you ended up in Grottole and what Wonder Grottole is all about.
Okay, so yeah, welcome everyone. I'm very happy to speak about this experience. I'm Andrea. I'm originally from Northern Italy. So I'm one of those people that decide to move to Southern Italy because, yeah, Southern Italy, in my opinion, is completely different culturally from Northern Italy. So I was looking for a different place where to change a bit my personal life, but I wanted to stay in Italy. So I decided to move, and Basilicata was the perfect place where to go because I'm an architect and I'm a social innovator. So I was looking for a place where there was many opportunities to start a new project. So I'm very good in starting project where no one really wants to invest. And so Basilicata was perfect. I'm actually based in Matera, but my love with Grottole started in 2013 because in Matera, I founded an association that is called Casa Natural. And every summer we organize a walk of 5 days where we connect the small villages by walking. So for this reason, in 2013, we arrived really on foot to Grottole, and was this kind of very tiny small village on the top of the hill, very beautifully, so very picturesque. And we just say, but why is it not famous? Why no one is talking about Grottole? And the other very important part was that the first person we met and the person that was guiding us in the village was Silvio, that is one of the co-founder of One the Grottole. So, I mean, I'm from the northern Italy, but we really have a local person inside of the NGO. And so from that moment, it started, we say, our love stories with Silvio. Actually, I have a partner, but it's like really our friendship. And also, really, we put together our ideas to really see Grottole from a different point of view with new glasses, we say. And still now, we say, if you come to Grottole, you can see Grottole, or you can see Wonder Grottole. It depends from your point of view and also how you see the village. So starting
to beautiful. I mean, it's so the historical part. Can you give us some numbers about how many houses? What was the population like when you guys came up with this idea, and what are some of the initiatives, but just some of the numbers, because when I was in Rabatana in Tursi, I must have seen maybe 12 people in the whole historical center, and a lot of, unfortunately, abandoned homes still standing. But then it's not until you get into the town that you started to see more of the life. Would you say that maybe your experience is similar scenario? Obviously, maybe more people.
Actually, thanks for the question, because it's a very good point. Because nowadays, Grottole, even if it is living like the population process as all the small villages, has a number of 1,800 people, but only around 200 people, they live in the historical center. So that's the point. So in 2014, we started to map the abandoned house. And when I say abandoned, it means also houses they are underused, because most of the population, they move out of the village, and so maybe they live in open Italy or abroad, and they go and they come back to Grottole only for the summer, maybe 1 week, because the more the old people are dying, the less also the family are going back to the village. So this is the reason, because nowadays we have more than 600 empty houses. And this is the reason, because even if it's very beautiful, and I agree, Viviana, but the difference between a beautiful village or a full village full of life is completely different. So that's the reason, and that's the meaning of why we created Wonder Grottole. So Wonder Grottole, the goal of Wonder Grottole is to rehabilitate the historical center. So we would like to see the houses full of people. And when I say full of people, it's not only tourists, but it's also people that decide to go back to live in the small village. I know that for most of the people, it's not so easy, because it's a completely different lifestyle from the urban lifestyle, but it could be very attractive if you decide to get this lifestyle, because it puts you really in contact with the land. So it's where you can really feel reconnected to nature and so to the life of planet. It's something completely different.
And I have a feeling that Grottole is, because of this unique makeup of people coming then from different experiences of life. I believe you also collaborate with the European Union, where they're going to be youth or people at university level, foreigners. It's almost like a catalyst for ideas, for wanted to make a change, and a lot of pilot projects. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, that's the point. This is the second goal of Wonder Grotto, is not just reusing the housing and rehabilitate the historical center, but it's also to create a new community that is based on local people plus people that we connect from abroad or other parts of Italy. This is very important because it's about connecting different mentality, connecting with a diversity of culture. And so this gives the opportunity through on the Grottole to have new inputs, and new, like a different, let's say, like a growing from the cultural point of view. That's very important to imagine also new perspective for the village.
And so I'm going to share the website because that's always a good starting point. The interface is both in Italian and English, so everyone can really get to enjoy what this organization offers. So I see that people, and eventually, I'll bring in Dan into the conversation, but I see that agriculture is important, the contact with local products and families behind the production of local products, whether it's going to be wine, honey. Then we'll show a little honey house that I think is totally awesome. Olive oil, and so in the vineyards. What else? I think it's a lot. What else do you want?
So actually we renovated an house in the center. So we have our Wonder House. It's a residency where we host people that they want to come and live with us for is your stay. You can see some pictures, and then we put together the different people through the experience, and so they can really live a real experience with the local artisan. For example, we have the production of the terracotta, so with the clay, and then we have the production of honey, as you said, or the wine. What is so peculiar, I think, is that you can see, you can know better the history of the wine production. There is not the wine production as like in a farm, but it is a family run production, because every family in Grottole, for example, has a cave that works like a storage for the wine. And they produce the quantity of wine that they use for in 1 year. So that's very interesting. So we invite people that want to come to know more, to go deeper in the culture of the local, and we invite them to stay with us. But it's not like us only as a professional, but it's like us as a family, as a community that we invite people. I think this is something really that we have seen that people, they like it very much. And then what is important is that all these, let's say, way to do the experience, way to run the project, it creates connection and relationship. So I think relationship nowadays is very important. And also the Italian life or the Italian way of relationship is very to be attached and to stay really, to go along and spend time and nice moments together. So this is something that this is one also the reason because I moved to Southern Italy. So of course, I think is one of the peculiarity of the style of Southern Italy culture.
I have one more question for you. I'm going to bring up a very interesting structure because we had a honey sommelier join us, Marina, a while back, and I did send her a picture right away. It's like, next time you are in Italy, you must go to Grottole and meet Rocco, I believe, right? He's your honey person that created this very interesting structure. Can you the other thing is that it's not just about the very interesting structure. I think what I found to be very interesting were two things. One is that obviously the profile of Rocco was shared as, you know, part of the experiences. And I believe that's him. And please, I hope, correct me if I just randomly got someone else's picture, but I think this is Rocco, right? Just give it a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So here it's in his environment, it's his true passion. And then what is very unique about this housing is that, again, you can sleep at the sound of, you know, the presence and the sound of the bees, and really become one with nature. So the next picture is going to give you an idea of what the interior looks like. So just let me just get.
This is a very unique small architecture. It was designed a very special way because we invited two designers for a residency in Grottole to live. This is the interior, to live the experience of knowing everything about, you know, how the bees they produce honey. So the two designers, they live 1 week with Rocco to understand how an house like this could work. And then we came out with the idea, this was the focus about how to create a space that is good for people, because the bees, in the way they produce honey, they leave some enzyme in the air that are very good for the wellness of the people. So when you are inside of this room, you can smell all the perfumes of, the honey, also the propolis. So all the things produced by the bees. And at the same time, you can feel, you can hear the sound of the bees. They have a frequency that give you like quietness to our body and to our mind. So it's really, when you go inside, it's an oasis of wellness. And so when we think about bees, normally you think about the bites or maybe some or
stereotype,
just but this is a very nice place where also to get in contact with these insects. But the cheese is one of the most important bees insects for the entire planet, because they give us the opportunity to create a planet and also a system that is sustainable. So it's our way for the Wonder Grottole, for the NGO, also to support the protection of the bees, also for the future of the planet. So this small architecture has many values. And so this is one of the examples when we tell the people the values and also the goal of Wonder Grottole. I think through what we have said so far, there are many. So it's for the wellness of the people, to create new attraction to the small villages, create new opportunities, create community, different things altogether.
And with that idea, you approached Air B&B. So it was not Air B&B that really, it's kind of, you existed first. It was first the egg and then the chicken.
This is the important part. I think also, even if you are small, if you do things that they have a value, I think also the big enterprises, they can see the value and they want to partner with you because, it's about sharing the value. Of course, they have more money, but at the same time, they can share the economic value with us to support us and to create something that is very special and important for, the small villages or for the small reality. Because nowadays, this is my view, if we don't think, in an ecosystem way, that's very bad. Because even if you are in a big city, then you are eating like fresh fruits, or you are drinking fresh water, is not produced by the city, it's produced by places like Grottole. And so we give the wellness also to the people, to the city. So I think it's very important that then the big companies or people that they live in the city, they support also projects like us, the NGO, that we work in the small system, because the future of the planet depends a lot on the work that we do daily.
Wonderful. So I'm going to move to Dan, who has been patiently also. I'm going to ask you if you can share what was your life BG, before Grottole. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and if you can share, what was your life like before deciding to entertain first the idea of moving to Italy, and then this major undertake.
Yeah, I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area and working in a management and a corporate job. And I was beginning to look at exiting. And that's when the competition came along. And people were sending it to me and saying, oh, did you see it? And I too applied. Didn't get it, but it put the vision in my head, and I liked the vision that Andrea and Silvio put together, and a lot of the people that I meet love that vision. And so for me, it was a place always in my mind that, even though I didn't win, that I wanted to go to. But my path first took me to touring Asia, and I decided to stay in Hoi An, Vietnam for a year because I loved it there. But I always felt like I needed to see where my initial curiosity was rather than just staying in one place. And so, to be honest, I was thinking I'd want to live in Portugal, but I still wanted to see Grottole. And so I went and I toured Spain and Portugal, and it didn't resonate for me. I thought for sure I wanted to live in Portugal, to be honest. And I was very disappointed. And so I kept driving, literally, and decided to drive all of Italy, from the Alps all the way down through Sicily. And when Grottole was a dot, it was a pin on my map. And when I stopped and visited, that's when I met Silvio and his wife, Michaela. And it just resonated for me. It just felt right. And what felt right is, there's a lot of beautiful places in Italy, but it's really the people. It's the people, and the town felt like a time capsule. And, it seemed like real Italy to me. It seemed like the realization of where the Italian dream for me could happen. And that's when I decided to try to stay there.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing your journey. And I think, as I said, even this move is a journey. It's not a destination. It might look like, but I think there is some evolution that will continue, that has already triggered, already started a while ago. But you, as myself and millions of other people, are on different groups of either Americans living in Italy or people that are envisioning moving to Italy when they retire. And when the question comes, which then generates thousands of comments, oh, we're thinking about moving to Italy, where should we go? I think that I really appreciate the fact that you actually took the time to explore Italy so that you can make an informed decision based on what was important to you. So the Amalfi Coast could be great for some people, but it might not be the solution for others. So everyone has to find that answer. And you went through that process. You did take the time, actually also outside Italy, because initially you had chosen a different location, because once you come to that, like, it feels natural, it feels right, and it's not just the glamour of and maybe, I don't know when you arrived in Grottole, but a lot of places have that summer allure. And so people buy properties and then say, oh, there is no one in the winter. Well, experience, summer, winter, fall, see also how nature changes. So maybe less people, but the colors are beautiful. Maybe you can do this or that. So as I said, I really appreciate you sharing the journey. So you came to Grottole. Obviously, you could have just visited. Making the decision to invest yourself, not only what it could be a financial investment. Did you develop that decision kind of simultaneously, or you visit, ponder about, so next stage of the process?
It's really, yeah. I mean, it's a good question, because it's really about what's the lifestyle I wanted to live. You had mentioned the Amalfi Coast. Some people might think, oh, this is dreamy, it's a beach. And so, do you want to be at some place where you want to feel like you're on vacation? Or do you want to be someplace where you really feel like you can live life and live a full life? Mm-hmm. And that's part of what I experienced here. Back in California, I love to grow a vegetable garden, and it's been gardens here. Vegetable gardens are a way of life for mm-hmm. generations, and to learn from Italians, not only what they grow, but then how they preserve and keep what it is to grow through the year, or mm-hmm. how they cook with it. And it's just down here in the South, it's the most giving, or in Grottole, I can just speak for Grottole, sharing, giving, caring group of people I've ever met in my life. And so it's not just about, let's say, making my own wine. This last year was my first year to make my own wine. You'd mentioned sausages before, liqueurs.
I'll get there. I have them all.
Yeah, well, for sure, making my own wine was a dream as well.
So, and also, you have a great ability to capture the people that have become family in their own, daily lives. So I'm going to share a couple of pictures. I believe that is from a friend's vineyard. So one is obviously a beautiful setup. And let me just share it. So just this picture alone is fantastic. But then you see, I believe it's your friend's father, right? Maybe somewhere else, maybe not even the same family, but that gesture, that plastic crate that always contained some sort of harvest, so to speak. I think this is a great shot.
No, thank you. That's Silvio's dad, and he's at their Casa de Campagna, the house in the country. And they have been the most generous, loving people I have ever met. They have allowed me to have a little piece of land where I can grow vegetables, and they teach me the local ways, and I share my harvest with them. So I'm really blessed to be able to share that with them. There's Cecina and Panuccio.
I was gonna say, and I eventually, when I was trying to save the pictures, I said, "Here's my volleyball champ," because of the long T-shirt or whatever that she's wearing. And then eventually, I got to learn her name from another post, and it is just, it doesn't get any more real than this. Even the picture that you had holding that grape, as some other pictures, that smile comes because of the inner joy that you are experiencing in this. community. I'm going to try to, this is also another wonderful shot of a woman that you actually didn't know, correct? Just one of those lucky shots.
I'm sorry that it broke up a little bit there.
Yes, and then, we are going to focus on some of the people that have become family to you, but then there is also this beautiful picture of this lady at the door. I hope you can see it, right?
Yeah, I love that picture. And this is so typical of Grottole, is these wonderful people in their homes living traditional Italian lives, and just she didn't really know me, but just maybe sees me in passing, and you can't really tell, but at her feet she was selling some things that she had from her garden, and just extremely welcoming, lovely people.
So what's your ride? Do you have a car? Do you have a moped? Do you convert to a nape? No, kidding. I'm just
look. No, it's not kidding. I really want an nape. There you go. I really want an nape. And I just have to wait for the right one to show up in town.
Okay, so then, as I said, we're going to talk about people really willing to share their crafts. And then I'm going to ask you, and again, it can be either yourself or Andrea, telling us who these people are, because they're going to be part of our collective experience of Grottole during this conversation. But again, some of the crafts that maybe some of the artigianato or anything that, so who are these people? Let's give their names.
Well, actually, Andrea could probably do a better job than I can.
Yeah, these are all people that you can meet. Actually, can I tell you that not everyone I know? I know very well Elena. There is the lady in the part, down this one, and she's like the cooker of the restaurant of La Trattoria 40. And she's not just the cooker. I mean, she's the boss of the place, and she's the pleasant person, always with a smile, and she really cook like at home. So when you go to the trattoria, it's really like to eat your place with your aunt, and very nice because they are very pleasant. They are welcoming people. Also, also the husband, Tonino. And the other people, there is the butcher on the top. And so the picture is because during the night on Friday and Saturday, at the butcher, you can find the fornello. So they roast the meat, and you can go there and having the meat, and you can feel, the smell of the meat roasted in the street, in the narrow street. So it's very good. But it's also the butcher in that moment. It becomes like a social place, because all the people, they go there to order, but they start to chat because they have to wait. So I think this is the crucial part of also these pictures. I think then took a moment, but at the same time, it's the same feeling that you have when you walk in the street. You can meet people, you can stop, and you start a nice conversation, because time and life is very slower. So for some people, sometimes it's like, oh my God, it's so slow, because, normally in the big city, you don't have the time. Also to, when you are planning to meet someone, you have to say like in advance, 1-2 weeks before to meet someone. In Grottole, you just walk and you meet people, and you start a conversation. Maybe from the conversation, they invite you at home to have a drink or to have a coffee, and then maybe someone invite you for dinner. So we have people that they came to the Wonder Casa, that they spend most of the dinner never by themselves, but always invited, not at the restaurant, but at the place of the people. So this is this is something that you can't fake, because it's very spontaneous. It's something that comes because of the warmth of the people, because the village is small and they are very curious and interested. The same is the same. It's like a reflection in the mirror. People that they came to visit us, they are curious. The people that they live in Grottole, they are still curious about other people that came, because it's really like the join of different culture. So it's really an opportunity that we offer as a Wonder Grottole also to travel but stay in the village, because not everyone has the opportunity to travel. So this is a way about where to learn or listen other languages, learn other culture, and get in touch, and maybe see also the perspective of their village from different points of view.
Absolutely. And so then talking about some of the, the additional skills and curiosities that you have been able to experience. There was a conversation about oregano. Tell us about, you have, again, great pictures about, I don't know if it was the leaves, the flowers, or the way they're supposed to be hanging. I'm as curious as you probably.
No, it's these things. It's so funny, I'm sorry to digress a little bit. I met this Italian woman that asked me a question, why are you here? And I said, I'm here to pursue the Italian dream. And she says, what is that? And it's people that are here that don't realize that those of us on the outside are infinitely curious about these things. And this is a bunch of oregano that Cecina gave to me. And Cecina and Panuccio grow it out. And most locals grow it out at their garden. And that was Cecina preparing it. And it was funny, I did make a post of this for the expats. And somebody said, I thought you saved the leaves. And actually, Cecina just uses the flower because she says it's the most fragrant, fragrant part. And it's wonderful. You see a dried bunch here, and most houses will have 3, 4, 5 bunches hanging in a cool place at their house. And then as you need it, you take it and you use it.
Absolutely. So here is the couple, the wonder couple in action. And the other, as I said, you've been very welcome to be part of their rituals, their daily life. And the making sausage was another great experience. I here living in the US, I've never made insaccati before, but thanks to some other friends, they started this yearly tradition of making soppressata. So that it's, whenever they set the date, I don't care who comes to visit, that afternoon is booked. And so I want to show some of the pictures there, if you don't mind, because the other thing that I've noticed by looking at the pictures are certain rituals and even certain simple tools used to carry out that thing, the wooden board, or maybe a chair and a metal pole to hang the sausages. I mean, the same objects come out, the same routines are repeated, maybe the same hand movements, and that's magic in my own opinion. So tell us about your experience making sausage with the family.
Well, I'll tell you, the first time Silvio said, Dan, come here, I want to show you something. And he took me to his parents' house, into this side room that I hadn't been to. There's Silvio in the background in Cecina. And I walk in, and there is his dad cranking and grinding up the meat by hand. And his mom had the intestines, and she was filling it. And it was this total family operation where they're all working together. And then I turned to the left, and there's a fireplace in this kitchen area. And I literally gasped, because it was just like, it was something like out of a book, but here it is in real life. And the part of the fire was to put a little bit of smoke in the room. And then here is the family working together to make this sausage. There it is. Oh, look at you. Yeah, there's the fire. And they're heating up water that they would use as well. And they would make enough sausage for the whole family. And so they would hang it up in the roof, in the ceiling, I should say, of the room. Hey, there I am. And to let it dry, to let it cure.
Yeah.
And then
here you see, I mean,
and then when it's all ready, it all gets divided up and everybody takes it home. But there's Silvio's brother. And so it's wonderful, just wonderful. There it is to hang. But you know, it's just things that I think that we take for granted, that let's say in the States that you would go and buy in the store and that's fine. But here it is, we're making it, and it's, you know, organic, it's fresh. In a There's way no other ingredients. It's like Cecina is just putting just the right amount of seasoning on it, and no other ingredients in there. It's just.
And I was looking at the pictures of for the casings.
Obviously, I'm passionate about it. I get pretty excited.
No, me too, because now I haven't done it. I picked up another little secret there. Although, again, we're not making sausage, so I don't know. But the way that she keeps the casing in water, and I think there was either an orange, some orange or something else that probably gave it a nice complementary aroma. So as I said, these are things that maybe in our go life, you know, we might not get curious, or maybe I, as an Italian living now in the United States, I mean, I've never seen any of those things when I was living in Rome. So even that, it was, you know, we had a paternal grandmother who was a wonderful home cook. And so I've seen her making, you know, pasta and some other things, but I just have this curiosity and hunger to really wanted to see it all. Obviously, if you are in Basilicata, you cannot enjoy pepperoni cruschi. And there was this one restaurant that we went to. Unfortunately, it was closed because they were renovating, but it looked like on the first floor, the family lived there and had all these guirlands of pepperoni that were drying out. And I saw them on the balcony. I asked my husband, "We're gonna stop. I'm gonna have a conversation because I need to find out how is the drying process and what's, you know." And so that's, you know, it's I guess it's a richness. So you can really put a price tag on it, and it changes you, it completes you, it makes you grow, it makes you reflect on really what you want your life to, what elements you would like your life to include. So I wanted to, Andrea, if you want to elaborate on maybe some of the initiatives, let me actually just finish with Dan. Because moving to a new country, and I don't know how fluent you might be in the language, you're still working on it. Still working on it. I mean, we don't want to depict the fact that tutto rose e fiori, okay? There are some learning curves to go through. And I think it's easier if you are sometimes living in a smaller community, because there are more people willing to come, you know, to help you to answer that question. But you have to also be ready to a little shift of thinking, pace, expectations, and so forth. So how's it going with paperwork?
How's it going with what?
With paperwork, how, you know, in order to get a permesso di soggiorno, it was...
Yeah, boy. I mean, I'll tell you, and you know, and being very active on the expat pages, it's you know, a lot of people want to come to Italy, they do, and it's those hurdles of getting the visa, getting your permesso, and it was challenging. It definitely was, and I think one of the things that I think is being a foreigner here is thinking about how I can give back and give back in different ways. And certainly I'm very anxious to try to help others as they navigate those issues. It certainly takes a lot of patience in Italy, a lot of willing to come back tomorrow. You know, you learn a lot about relationships. It's important to have good relationships, and the people in Southern Italy will bend over backwards to help you. and it's just wonderful. But and you learn to get things done in the morning. In Italy, what you need to get done gets done between 8 and 12, because the afternoon is a whole other story. So.
So as you know, people, again, you have to be persistent, because that is something that people really want. But you know, it's good to know and to hear that, again, once that someone paves the way, usually that person, in this case yourself, is willing to share that knowledge to make it always a little easier for the next one, and then it will propagate, almost like when you throw a little stone in the lake, and then the circles just get bigger and bigger. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for sharing. And Andrea, I have a question for you. Tell us about some of the other people that might have come to Grottole for study reasons or professional reasons. Again, I thought you might be dealing with the European Union. So tell us a little bit about any of the initiatives that were
Grottole. So about the initiative of Wonder Grottole, I think, first of all, we're going to launch very soon a new, not a sabbatical, but like another residency program, because people, they are more and more asking for that. Because the idea was to launch a new residency for 2020, but then because of the COVID, we had to postpone, and now we are almost ready. So I think for the people, they want to follow us, they want to leave this opportunity, they can submit to our newsletter. It's on the webpage of www.wondergrottole.it. This is just the first part, where they can get also all the information about the staying and also the experience that we offer. At the same time, like as a Grottole, we are in this moment, we're going to start next week to a residency of art with 2 French residents. So we are very open also to host artists, so people that want to live with us for also a long term. It means also 1 month, 2 months, and stay with us. Of course, is to, in a certain way, to dive really into the Italian culture of the small villages. So everything that Dan shared with us is really part of the daily life in Grottole. What is interesting is that we want to expand this network. So it's very important that we support this expansion by, the people through the word of mouth, not only through the digital, but like we need people that really like this kind of project and they want to come. Of course, as a Wonder Grottole, we also offer support to get an house. So this is important. We are mapping the houses that now there are the owners, they want to sell. So this is important. As Dan was saying before, it's not easy at all to have all the paper done and also all the layer and all the queue to do in the offices. But what is important that there is someone that is supporting for, making real and also making quicker, because that's important, also faster.
And I did something about the cultural festival.
We are in the moment where every situation that we organize, there is always an initiative to put the people together. So, for example, in this moment, about the Living Culture Festival, this is very crucial for us, because what we live daily, we call it living culture. So the living culture is the celebration of the daily life, and we are looking for people that want to participate. So also other partners, sponsor, artists, people that want to partner with us to create the Living Culture Festival. This year we invite 30 people from all around Europe. And they came in May. This was a moment to share different practices from different parts of Europe. And so we are still very open to invite people that they recognize themselves in this kind of activities, they have experiences, or they just are curious to see about how to work on placemaking, about how to work with reconnection between man and the land, the territory. And then the other part that I want to also to underline is that if you go to our website, you can also download a free Basilicata guide where is based. There are information about Matera. There is a UNESCO city. Then there are information about Grottole. And there are many information about other projects and places and people that for us are like our, let's say, our friends spread in Basilicata. So we organize these urban rural guides as a way to visit Basilicata, but again, through different projects that they share with us the same values.
I actually did, and it came in my inbox within a fraction of a second. Then, any last comments or anything that you would like to say before we go into the conclusion?
Well, I just wanted to say, as far as, this is very Wonder Grottole focused, is that I was one of the earlier people to come, and it's the people that come because of Wonder Grottole. They've heard about it, they want to come see, and it's the type of people that are attracted to the same thing, the things that Wonder Grottole is trying to do, that come with a certain mindset. And I have made more friends this way, really close friends, with the different people that come to town. And so it's not just about getting somebody, but it's about getting people with the right purpose who want to come here. And it's really been a wonderful part of my experience.
Wonderful. And yes, we will devote a couple of other episodes on Basilicata and the importance also maintain the dialect as a cultural identity and some other things that we don't want to spoil. But I just want to read something that I grabbed again from the website. It is in Italian. A Grottole il locale incontra il globale, il materiale e l'immateriale, il passato e il futuro. Stare bene insieme, inventando e immaginando nuovi modi di abitare in comunità, sentirsi in armonia con la natura in un tempo fluido che scorre più lentamente. And I think this is a great thought. Well, unfortunately, our time together is up. Il Big Ben ha detto stop. It's time for us to say arrivederci e alla prossima. We want to thank you for tuning in into the program. And if you have any questions or comments, or if you have any topics you would like us to address, please contact us at theitalianradiohour@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Remember, if you or any of your family and friends have missed a prior episode or would like to listen to this episode again, please visit our website at www.istitutomondoitaliano.org and click on the Italian Radio Hour tab. You can also subscribe to the Italian Radio Hour on YouTube or where you catch your favorite podcasts. Well, I would like to thank my guests, Andrea Paoletti and Dan Kidson. Our sponsor is Istituto Mondo Italiano. Until next time, alla prossima. Ciao, ciao.
Grazie, ciao.
Ciao.